What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Zach and Pat Show. I'm Zach.
I'm Pat.
This is the show about manhood, fatherhood, entrepreneurship, and the mentality it takes to be successful at those things. And I'm sure we're going to sprinkle in some helpful real estate advice as well, because that's what Pat and I do. You know, guys, life can be tough, and we can lose our identities and struggle at times. This is the podcast to let you know that you are not alone. So if you are someone out there who's going through these things, this is the show for you. Just a reminder, we are doing the book club this month for the month of February. This month's book is How to Talk to Anyone, 92 Little Tricks for Big Success in Relationships. It is the modern version of How to Win Friends and Influence People. And we're going to do a podcast kind of recapping that book at the end of the month. And so just something for you guys to look forward to. Get the book, read it along with us, and enjoy the show.
It's super easy.
Yeah, it's a really easy read. Really like short little chapters, and yeah, I've been enjoying it so far.
Great little tips too.
Yeah,
like things you don't even think about. So
yeah, I've really been enjoying it. So, but yeah, man, you've been gone for a week, so clearly we're all wearing our Disney shirts. Pat just got back from Disney World with the family, so yeah, man, tell us a little bit about it. What was that like?
A racket.
Really?
Yeah, it's expensive. I mean, we had a lot of fun. We went to, now, honestly, I liked Legoland for the kids better than going to Disney World. And we did.
Now, is Legoland in Disney?
No, it's like an hour south in a place called Winter Haven.
Oh, okay.
And so it's just his own separate park. It's way more kid friendly, way more kid rides. And it's not, at least when we went, it wasn't as busy. And we were able to just walk right in. I mean, I think the longest wait for us to hop on any of the rides was like 10 minutes. And it was awesome. And Connor went on his first roller coaster, which was really, really cool.
That's cool.
It was, he
Are you a big roller coaster guy?
I used to be.
Dude, it's so funny because like the last time I used to be like, oh, I'm fucking roller coaster king.
Yeah.
And then like I remember I went on one like a couple of years ago, and I used to like always like pride myself like, oh, I don't ever feel sick.
Right.
And I went on this one, and I like all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that's what people are like. I didn't like throw up or anything, but I remember feeling like a little queasy afterwards, and I was like, oh man, like. That was a new feeling, you know. Like I used to be like, oh, I'm the fucking, I'll go all the spinny rides. I don't fucking care.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm like getting in my old age.
Yeah,
I guess I can't.
It's just
can't handle it. I can't hang.
Yeah. So it was fun. I mean, it was like a very condensed roller coaster for kids.
Sure.
And then Oliver went on his first one at. Where were we at? We were at Hollywood Studios. He rode the Toy Story Slinky roller coaster, which was fucking 90-minute wait. Yeah.
What? That's
90 minutes. And that now we didn't do any of the lightning lane stuff that they have where it's like an extra $25. But like this thing, they sell out of them. Like they only sell so many of them. And if you're not up at the ass crack of dawn buying the fast pass or the lightning lanes for that day, then you're going to miss out on it. But it's cool. We stayed at at Legoland. We did Legoland Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, drove up Wednesday to Disney World. When we were staying at the Art of Animation, which was really cool. There's like different blocks of buildings and each one has a different theme. Somehow we got stuck with Little Mermaid, but
so that was the theme of your room.
Yeah, so like Prince Eric and Ariel all over the place. But it was cool. They had these like a 30-foot tall King Triton statue, another 30-foot tall Ursula and Ariel. But that was our section. Then you had the Lion King, which was really cool. And then
it's like the one thing I remember from Disney World. I think we stayed in like the Lion King thing.
So it might have been the same place that we were at, and then
it's been fucking 15 years, so it's probably different now.
I've never been to Disneyland or Disney World.
I mean, like I said,
or Universal.
So we didn't go to Universal. Universal is separate from all that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we had a blast. You could tell towards the end everybody was getting tired. I mean, it's a lot for kids. Sensory overload. I mean, I think we were at the park for maybe a total of 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours a day.
Oh, really?
But like what was cool, like Legoland was nice because we could go like the hotel was connected to the park, so
Mm.
you could go back and forth pretty quick and easily. And so they like that better. It's just so spread out. I mean, they have this thing at the hotel. It's really cool. It's just a giant ski lift that shoots you to all the different parks. And I mean, it's a 15, 20-minute ride on those. So getting to and from isn't as easy. But everything is just so expensive.
Yeah.
So expensive.
Saw something. I think it just so happened to be the week that you were down there, and it was like this. It was some lady who was paying like $32 for like a water and a soda. It was like a bottle of water and like a Diet Coke, and it was like $32 or something.
So yeah,
Fuck.
so my last day there, last full day, I got to spend it by myself, which was awesome. And for adults, Epcot is amazing because it's got like the around the world stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kept finding myself at an Irish pub.
Hell yeah.
And I would get an Irish car bomb and an Irish beer, and it would cost me with tip $36. Yeah.
Fuck. That's crazy. An expensive drink.
It was very expensive. It was, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because they got this massive pond in the middle, and then just all around the loop. I mean, you can't even remember. I mean, you got the UK, which is where I spent most of my time, which consisted of Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and England. And basically, like that little section is built up as you would see it in those places. Then you've got Canada, Mexico, China, Japan, Germany. They have a United States section.
Funny.
Morocco. Actually, I got some really good chicken kebabs in Morocco. So yeah, it was very interesting, very cool experience for me in that aspect. But then, getting to see the kids light up. Well, Connor light up when he saw Mickey, Goofy. Oliver was like,
not really into that.
Fuck these guys.
Fuck these big scary men in these giant costumes.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, no. We went out to dinner at this place in Hollywood Studios, and it's an eat with the characters where the characters are constantly running around. And Connor was up and down like, oh my God. And,
yeah,
had a blast.
Yeah.
Had a blast. Oliver, no, he curled up in a little ball and wound up falling asleep in the booth because he didn't want to see any of them.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. There was one that he liked. He fell in love with Daisy, or was it not Daisy Duck, or Daffy. What is it? Daisy?
Daphne Duck?
No. He fell in love with Minnie. Minnie is who he fell in love with, and so he did get up to get a picture
with Minnie.
But other than that, he wanted nothing
like,
else.
No, I'm done, dude.
Fuck
Get
you,
me out of
Goofy.
here. Get out of here, Goofy.
Yeah, fuck you, Goofy. But no, it was a great time. We had a great trip, and I wouldn't recommend taking a 4 and 5-year-old. I'd wait till they're a little bit older, just because.
Good to know.
A lot of those rides are meant for older kids.
Yeah, I think I went when I want to say I was in like 2nd or 3rd grade, or whatever age you are in those. So I think that's when my parents took us, but I haven't been back since then. So yeah, I'm sure we'll make a trip in the next 8 years.
Yeah.
Or something.
Let them get a little bit older.
Yeah. I don't know.
That way they can walk.
I
mean, we had to get
strollers and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that was in it. They probably don't let you bring in your stroller. You probably got to rent a Disney stroller.
No, you can bring your own.
Oh, really?
But the boys haven't been in a stroller, and I can't tell you how long. So we had to rent them. It was $30 a day to rent stroller. So, and obviously, they can't just have a two, like a double. A
doubler. Yeah.
We had to have separate
strollers. Yeah. So
they just fought. We did the double the first day, and they just fought the whole time.
Oh, really? You're touching me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. One would want to get out, and the other one would. Excuse me. Yeah, it wasn't.
Not ideal.
No. So, yeah. Wait till they're older, because it's expensive. It gets really expensive. Yeah. So that was my trip.
Your fun trip, huh?
My fun trip, yeah.
I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad
Yeah.
you're back, but you're
I'm
only
glad
back
to
for
be
a
back.
little bit.
Yeah.
I
Turn-
know you're about to go back out of town.
Turn right around and go to San Diego for a leadership summit / awards ceremony for last year's production. And this is usually when Guild announces all their new programs and products. So
cool.
Excited to hear about what kind of innovative things they're coming out with for this year. So yeah, leave Tuesday, get back Friday for that. But
Cool.
at least I can still work. Like there was no work to be done while we were in Disney. I mean, we were constantly go. I mean, shoot, I was
Well, this is a solo trip, which is you. It's
right
when we were there with kids.
Kids, parents, ex-wife, her boyfriend. I mean, and they're doing 75 hard. So they're getting up at 5:00 in the morning to get their first workout in. And, I did it.
Did you join them at all?
I went on. So, I mean, which is crazy. There's no gyms. There's like nowhere on the campus to go. So
Surprises the fuck out of me.
Yeah. So, all they really did was go for really long walks. And so I did it one morning with them, but like, I'm going to tell you what, through like CrossFit, like trying to do some of the CrossFit being away, like I guess a CrossFit home workouts that they have or travel workouts, like my hip flexors were already on fire from all the walking. And then you throw that in there. I'm like, walking with a limp all day. I'm like,
it's a lot of time on your feet, man.
Yeah. So bring comfortable shoes. Just because, you are walking. I mean, I was averaging 20,000 steps a day.
Damn. A lot.
Yeah. So comfy shoes for sure when you go to Disney.
Good to know.
Yep.
Taking notes for the next whenever we go, which will probably be, it's going to be a while before we go though. Calvin will be 2 in April. So I don't know. We'll probably wait till he's,
You got festivals to go to anyes.
Oh, yeah.
You got dance music festivals to go to.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure Gino will be all over that.
Yeah. Honestly, can I borrow that shirt?
Absolutely.
You think I'm kidding, but I will wear that into Ultra and I will be welcomed like a hero.
I'll tell you what, this was like their 2024 collection that they brought out. And they were fully loaded in these shirts, which I was surprised at. Like nobody wanted to buy these things. I didn't see any other person.
Dude, that's like the most like dad, like classic, like,
right?
like
New
cheesy
Balance?
dad. Yeah, you need to, like the big clunky white New Balances with that.
I'm telling you, that's what you need for that place. Though.
Oh, yeah,
if you're gonna be
sure.
walking around that much.
Get some jorts with that tucked in there with a big with a big leather belt. That's
with
full
the
dad
phone clip
yeah,
and everything.
Full dad mode.
with the
little strap,
the sunglasses.
Yeah,
Croakies.
Yeah.
It's called
Croakies,
Croakies.
yeah.
I was a fraternity guy.
Yeah, I had some croakies. Yeah, fuck yeah.
But but it was a good time to go just because it wasn't as busy. Like I couldn't imagine what it would be like during busy time, because like even non-busy, it was still busy.
Yeah.
But they're like, yeah, this is our slow time. This isn't really, I'm like, this is slow. I was like, holy shit.
Crazy.
So
imagine working there day in, day out, seeing all the people those employees see, just being surrounded by Disney just 24/7.
I just kept saying, guys, we're at the happiest place on earth. Be freaking happy.
We're going to Disneyland to have a great family trip. Now smile, damn it. I'll turn this car around.
Yeah.
We're having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had kind of a crazy weekend here.
Did you?
Well, it was so big local jiu-jitsu tournament. We had a ton of people compete, which was super fun. I think I mentioned on a couple episodes ago, I was kind of debating whether I was going to do it or not, or I think I was talking about how I wasn't as prepared as I normally am for these, and which definitely felt to be the case. I was really happy with how I did. I had 5 matches total. I had 2 in the gi and then 3 no gi. I was really happy with my gi performance. I think I did really good in there, which is usually the opposite. I usually feel a lot better about my no gi performance than my gi performance. But today, I think what fucked me up is it was such a big tournament. They had almost 1,000 people sign up.
Oh,
for it.
wow.
It was wild.
That's crazy.
Which to put things in perspective, I think someone said like 2 years ago for the same tournament, there was like 500 people
Wow.
signed up. So like in a matter of 2 years, it doubled in
The sport's
size.
really grown.
It's growing.
Yeah.
It really is. And it was, so I went 1-1 in the gi. I won my first match 16-0, and then my second match it was tied 0-0 at the end of the match.
Wow.
A really, really close, really tough guy. But at one point he ended up hitting me with like a judo throw, and we landed out of bounds, and he didn't get the points for it because we landed out of bounds. But and then if there's no points scored, it usually goes on what's called advantages, and there was actually no advantages technically. So if there's no advantages, no points, then it goes to basically the ref's decision. And I think that just because he hit me with that one good throw,
they'll even give you an advantage just based off of aggression.
Yeah, advantages are usually aggression or submission attempts. Usually, would be usually what they'll give you an advantage for, and neither of those really happened to me. I was being aggressive. I definitely shot in on a couple takedowns. I didn't get any of them. He hit me with that one throw, but we landed out of bounds, and it was a really, really close match. I don't feel bad about that performance at all. But then the problem was that was at about 9:30 in the morning, so that was like beginning of the day. My next matches weren't till 4:30.
Oh wow!
So 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm just like sitting around, waiting. Obviously we had 50 something people sign up for my team, which was super cool. Like, and so there was constantly matches where you could go watch your friends compete and stuff. So, I mean, I never didn't have anything to do, but it was just like that waiting, I think, was really what fucked me up. And
you just got done beating the shit out of yourself and
you
someone else.
You get all warm and bothered. You're hot, you're sweaty, and then you're like cool down.
And then your adrenaline just.
And then you want to eat, and you're like, oh, okay, I want to eat. How much do I eat? I don't want to eat too much, And then just like kind of a weird dance you're playing, and then you got to get ready to go fuck somebody up again.
Would you rather be like Nick or Connor? How many matches did Nick do?
Nick had 13 matches.
Holy shit!
Nick is he had a tough day.
And they kept calling Connor in the middle of his matches.
Nick signed up for every division. So how it works is you can typically, if you really want to kind of max out your day, you can do, really 4 divisions. I would think would kind of be the most you could do. So you can do your weight division, and then you can also do what's called the absolute. So like your weight division's obviously guys your weight, and then absolute, like anybody signs up.
Oh, okay.
So like really small guy could be going against a really big guy. And the cool thing about jiu-jitsu is sometimes those small guys beat the big guys,
right? Which
is really cool to see. So Nick basically signed up for his weight, his absolute in the gi, his weight, and his absolute in the no gi. So he had a shitload of matches.
Wow.
And it was a really long day, but really the coolest part I thought of the whole day was Watson. So typically how the team tournaments work is, so with jiu-jitsu, you're generally a part of an association. So like my association that we're a part of is TAC team. So you see the TAC team up there on the gi. And then my academy is Watson Martial Arts.
Gotcha.
So typically you sign up for your association. So like us at Watson's and Revive and Head Nod, we're all under TAC team.
Okay.
And so typically we would all kind of be on TAC team together. But this tournament, for some reason, they did it by academy and not association.
Okay.
So it was just like Watson, if you're on Watson's, you're on Watson's team. You're on Revive's, you're on Revive's team. And so they just did it that way. And I don't know why they did it that way, but we ended up taking first place.
That's awesome.
Which was super, super cool.
Bragging rights within the TAC team.
100%. Yeah, it was very cool. And me and Nick were, we were kind of like some of the last people there. So we were kind of there to accept the team trophy, which was really cool. 2 of us kind of being coaches at the gym, and it just felt really, really special to be
That's
there
awesome.
and do that. It was a lot of fun, man. It made me so thankful for the community that we have. It's just a special, special gym. I mean, Murphy just kind of joined it, and you're gonna be, you're seeing it firsthand. It's amazing. I fucking love it there.
I mean, I love everything about going to Watson so far, and I mean, even me, who has a background with 2 years of really inconsistent jiu-jitsu, but even more striking, I feel like the instruction and the community is just top notch. And I think that also runs from the top down with Kyle, especially because I need someone with a sense of humor to teach me how to choke and kill people. He definitely has that.
He definitely does. He rips, dad jokes and stuff all the time. He's hilarious.
He looks like a kind of guy who knows a good dad joke.
Oh, he's hilarious. I mean, we're going to get him on the podcast eventually, and he's got some funny stories. He's also a real estate investor. He's got a handful of rental properties, and I'd love to get him on the show eventually. There's so many people. I mean, we're going to have a bunch of people. We got a guy coming on next week from the gym, which is going to be awesome. But
did he fight this weekend?
No, he didn't. But he was there and coached me through a couple of my matches.
Yeah, I saw him pop up in on your story.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a great guy. He's gonna be a really interesting person to talk to. But yeah, I was just proud of everybody that competed. It was a lot of people's like first tournaments, which is, dude, it's a super nerve wracking thing.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, like I mean,
Even I've done a tournament.
Yeah, it's terrifying. I mean, it is. It's not a comfortable thing at all. Like you're getting nervous. I mean, I've competed a lot. I mean, not a lot. I mean, I've with wrestling, and then I don't compete a ton. I probably compete 3 times a year, maybe, with jiu-jitsu for the last 5 years, and then wrestling. I competed quite a bit there, but it's a different kind of sport when you're going out there and
I'm
just
sure.
you,
Right.
and you got all these people watching you, and you're like, all right, well, yeah, and like I said, I was not very my no-gi matches did not go as well as my gi matches. I lost my first one. I think it was 8-0. It was I just didn't do very well. The guy took me down. I couldn't sweep him, and he was a good wrestler. And
It's the guy with the afro.
no, this is someone else. It was the no-gi match. You weren't there for that. But yeah, he took me down. Basically, he passed me real quick. Then I got my guard back, and then he passed me again. So he beat me 8-0. Second match, I did decent on that one. I ended up winning that one 6-2, and then my last match, that one's gonna haunt me. But thankfully, the guy took me down and submitted me pretty quickly, but I could just tell, like, man, my heart just like wasn't in it like it was those first matches, because it was just like such a long, and I'm making excuses and stuff, but I just felt like I'm not happy with those performances, and it's going to bug me for a while. But I really want to go out and train with that guy that beat me, just because he's one of the local guys and he's part of our affiliation. So like,
Is he?
Yeah, he's part of the team. So it's like I just want to go out and
Where's he at?
A school called Head Nod.
Okay.
So Kyle's first 2 black belts, their father son, they opened up a school. It's in Granite City, Illinois,
Okay.
and they got a pretty good program out there. And he's with them, and I would love to go out there and get another round with him, and just I feel like I just know that I'm better than the performance that I put out there. So
well, that's respectable considering you also placed that day too, and you're just not happy enough with that. Because from my perspective, obviously you've been doing this for a half decade longer than I have, combined total cumulatively. It's like me, I would have thought like the whole day would have been a success just for getting a medal and standing up and getting the picture taken. But I think that's why you do so well in the sport in like a span of 5 years, you and Nick, is because like enough is not enough. A win is not a win. It's like, well, what's the whole grand scale of the day? Some things got exposed. A quick submission doesn't feel good.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. So, and fucked up part is right afterwards, he's like, well, because like I said, we're part of the same team, and his coach, I've rolled a lot of rounds with his coach, and basically his coach told me he's going to do this. And I went and exactly did that. So he knew exactly what I was going to do and played off of that. And definitely kind of set a trap for me, and I fell right into it. And yeah.
Well, now you know too, heading into the next one, how to kind of prepare. Maybe do like a 2-a-day workout where you go in the morning, roll around in the morning, and then go back again at night and roll again at night.
I think honestly, I think this would be the move. If I've got like that much time in between, honestly, just fucking leave.
Yeah.
And come back.
Right.
Like I think that would.
Oh, you stayed?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I stayed. I stayed there and watched matches all day and didn't. Yeah. So that's that. I think if I would have went home, maybe took a nap or just did something, like I think that would have probably been the better move for sure, instead of just hanging out all day and just watching people compete and stuff. Yeah, so it's a great weekend. Really proud of everybody that competed, and I'm pumped that we won that team trophy. So it's super cool. But yeah, did you? There's also some really good fights this weekend. Did you watch the fights at all?
I did.
Damn, dude.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I was pretty exhausted, so I felt I had to go back and rewatch the last fight because I fell asleep right before it started. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty exciting to.
Here, I was going to pull up the card here.
It's a great card.
Yeah.
We walked into the Dern fight.
Yeah,
Dern started like.
Let's start that. Let's start with that one here. I got the card pulled up here. Let me.
Was it 290? It was 298.
Yeah, 298. Yeah,
it's 98.
298. 299 is going to be a fucking banger.
With Sugar.
Yeah, dude. So that the first real fight I watched was Amanda Lemos versus Mackenzie Dern, which Mackenzie Dern's like the chick everybody's got a crush on. And I told Murph that night, her dad is actually the guy who gave my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach's black belt.
Oh, really?
It's super cool. But Mackenzie's, attractive, and so she gets a lot of attention. But it was a hell of a fight, dude. That first round, she got battered. Like they thought she was gonna get put away. Like, I mean, this chick beat the shit out of her, and then she ended up, I mean, coming back and then fighting the next 2 rounds. Like, I mean, Lemos ended up winning, but
the end of the fight was so eventful,
it was
though.
fucking tense, and it was awesome.
So many fights went to the wire, which I love.
Yeah, dude, it was a great cart.
Except the Cejudo fight.
Yeah, see, I only watched the main card.
The main card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I missed that.
Yeah, and so the first fight on the main card was Roman Kapevov. He was undefeated going into that fight and kind of the favorite over Anthony Hernandez, and then I think Anthony caught him in a rear naked choke in the second round.
2 of them.
Yeah.
He adjusted and
Yep. Yeah, I thought Anthony dominated that whole fight.
He did.
It almost looked like Roman was just kind of laying back,
and just kind of being like, just kind of waiting.
I mean, he threw some pretty fast kicks though that I was like, you got to throw with his size too compared to Anthony. I think what has he got, like 2 inches, 3 inches on him,
a little bit smaller.
And I mean, he stayed back, but Anthony, I don't know, he took control of that fight.
Yeah, it was a good one for sure. The next fight was super sought after, or like I was super pumped to see it because we haven't seen Henry Cejudo fight in 3 years.
Oh my gosh!
The triple C. You know, he was 2 division champion, Olympic gold medalist.
Hammed it up though.
Yeah, he does. Well, he's brutal to watch. He's like, I mean, like his like demeanor on the mic and his demeanor on the. I mean, just in general, his social media presence is tough to watch.
Yeah.
Is he top 10 all time in your book?
I mean, you kind of have to put him up there.
I'm not denying him that by any means.
I think you kind of have to put him up there just because of his accolades. I mean, to win a Olympic gold medal, to be a 2 division champion in the UFC. I mean, that's like not something that can't like dismiss that.
No.
No matter how much you might not like his personality.
Yeah.
Right. But it's just he's still, I mean, you don't have to like the guy, right?
Yeah.
But man, Rob took it too.
Oh my gosh!
Right at Mark Zuckerberg too.
The first,
he had him in the guillotine that first round, and just like trying to choke. I mean, he had him in the guillotine.
Was it the first round or the second round? Because I thought the first round was pretty.
I think it was the first. I think the first round ended. He had him in that guillotine, and he didn't submit him or anything.
I thought that was the second round, and then the third round was when he picked him up.
Dude, he picked him up,
hoisted him, and put him to bed.
Carried him up above his head and walked him across the octagon. Slammed him. Dude. It was insane. I mean, Merab is known for his cardio and his.
It was insane how fast he was moving that entire.
He's a
fight.
machine.
And your mouth just hung open. You were
Well, and I think that I think Rogan even mentioned it on the show. Like those 2 guys are so used to 5-round fights that they were expecting, because it was a 3-round fight, that it was going to be very intense because they didn't have to conserve themselves for 5 rounds. And
there's a big difference between 5 and 3 rounds.
Right. Well, and I felt like Merab could have gone that same tempo for another 2 more rounds.
A video came out today that about his coach talking that he did 5. Basically, his coach was saying that in the warm up room. So Merab's training partner is Aljamain Sterling, who is the former champion.
Right.
So he's been training with the champion for forever.
Yeah.
And so he said that they like legitimately like almost had like a 3 or 5 round fight before
even
just to
there.
warm up.
Jeez.
Like the guy is a fucking animal.
Yeah.
So, they say that he's going to get the winner of Sugar Cheeto next month, which is going to be sick.
Yeah.
I really like that fight.
That'd be
Sugar,
an awesome fight with him and Sugar.
Oh, you know who I got.
Same here.
Next fight, Ian Machado Gary and Jeff Neal.
See,
that one was
everyone's upset.
Yeah.
I thought Neal had that one.
Yeah. You were really, especially with all the drama around Ian, was everybody thought, everybody was expecting like this big crazy fight because there was like all this drama around him with, the stuff between him and Strickland and Ian's wife and everything, because Ian married this woman who
they gave a lot of publicity to.
They gave a lot. Yeah, they did. They kept panning to her the whole time. I don't know if you remember the story.
I must have missed the panning out to her, but no.
So she wrote a book on like how to be a wag, which is like a woman,
wife and
girlfriend of a professional athlete.
Yeah.
And I mean, he changed it. He changed his name to Ian Machado Gary to her last name. Yeah.
Huh.
He just kind of so anyway, Sean Strickland and him got into it about that, and then Ian threatened to sue him, which is like in the MMA community, that's like a big no. You don't sue.
Right.
We settle it in the octagon. You know, like that's where it's settled. We don't like legally, unless like something really fucked up were to happen. But like trash talk is trash talk, and it gets settled.
Leave it to Sean.
We could sell pay-per-views for this. Come
exactly.
on, man.
And that's what it's.
Leave it to Sean to comment on something like that.
Right. And but anyway,
Sean.
The Ian and Jeff Neal fight was pretty. I mean, it was kind of boring, not super eventful.
We barely watched.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think we didn't.
We really tuned out. I think we went outside.
I think we did.
I mean, like I said, it was definitely boring, but I think Neil. I thought he won.
Yeah,
and I don't know if it's just them conserving Ian's undefeated streak or what. That's what it came into play, but that it was.
People pay to see him lose next time, though.
Yeah,
right, for sure.
Yeah. This next fight was
fucking sick.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
brutal.
Dude,
yeah,
just face to face,
toe to toe. Dude, that kick that he ended the first round.
Paulo Costa hit him on the side of the head.
He got that wheel kick, and he
got lucky. Yeah, he got very lucky that it happened when it happened.
Yeah,
that would have been
like 3 seconds before the bell had, and cracked him with his heel on the side of his cheek.
I mean, Whitaker was destroying him that round, just destroyed him pretty much the entire fight.
Right. Yeah.
But I'll tell you what. I mean, you look at Costa. That motherfucker didn't look like he got punched at all.
No, he took no damage.
None.
Yeah,
none.
He's a brick shit.
I was like,
he's made of something else.
But Bobby Knuckles is just so fast and technical and so dangerous. And I said at the beginning of the fight, I'm like, I got Paulo Costa winning.
Yeah,
and I was like, at the end of the second, I'm like, I don't know if I was right about this. I was happy. If someone wins who I was wrong on the pick, I'm glad it's Robert Whitaker.
Oh, dude, that was such a good fight, man.
Yeah.
That one was awesome. I mean, just the way Bobby leaps in there, just the way I love watching him fight.
Yeah,
it's awesome. So that was a really good one, and then
major upset.
Big upset. You know, everybody was. I mean, I'll be honest, I was totally expecting
everyone picked Volk.
You know, I mean, I think everybody was.
Yeah,
I mean,
I picked Volk.
You know, Topuria was the underdog for sure, but just you never know. This kind of goes back to that. You never really know what's going to happen after a guy gets knocked out like he did against Islam.
Yeah,
you know, knockouts like that can change fighters.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, like you lose that chin.
I mean, look at what happened.
Mike Tyson.
Well, Tyson, but then like what Edwards did to with the fucking roundhouse.
Usman.
Yeah. That big loss like that can kind of change the course of your career. And the fucked up part is he took that fight on 10 days notice. And no, I mean, nobody would advise against that. I mean, nobody would advise him to take that fight. But I mean, their last fight was so close. But you're a different fighter after an 8-week camp than you are on 10 days notice.
Right.
You're a completely different person. So I mean, we didn't expect that to happen, but hey, it happened, and he's the champ now. I mean, he hit him with a perfect right hand that folded him like a chair. Man.
Yeah,
and he just.
But discredit where it's due. My opinion, shouldn't have walked out with Zuck.
Yeah,
Zuck is not part of your camp, bro.
Everybody's saying that was the reason he lost.
It's like, you want to walk out with Craig Jones? Cool.
Well, yeah.
What do you get from Zuck? He paid to be here.
Right.
Pretty much. It was so funny. We were joking about that. They pointed to Zuck in the crowd for the Marab fight, and then we're like, oh, I guess Zuck's gonna go back there and put his outfit on and walk out with the team now. And it was just.
It's almost like the Benny Hill traction.
Yeah. It was man. It was a hell of a card, though.
Yeah.
A lot of fun, a lot of great fights.
And in March, we got 299.
I cannot wait.
This is going to be great.
Dude, the whole thing
our favorite, Sugar
Sean. We got Gino's favorite, Dustin Poirier's fight.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a great, great card. I'm really, really looking forward to that. God, I love MMA, man.
That's
awesome.
35.
Yeah. All right, well, I think that's a good spot for us to wrap it up today.
Absolutely.
Got to cut it kind of short. If you guys enjoyed the show, tell a friend, hit that subscribe button, like, and we will see you guys on Thursday.
See ya.